Good afternoon, y'all. So, today's update from Camp Solomon. It's about 1:30 in the afternoon on Sunday. I was moving slow this morning. Honestly, a little hungover. I drank more than normal yesterday, which is, Saturday, and had a nice rest. But missed church and all that, so little bummed about that. But I want to demonstrate, show, give you some insight into how I stay in shape out here and why this place is so good for me and so good for the human body, etc. I'm wearing the glasses because I'm about to split some wood. Let's find a spot where I can set this camera up that will capture what I'm doing. Maybe that'll work. Let me see. Does that work? Can you see this? No. Not quite. Not quite. I can't quite see it. Up a little bit. There's the axe. Awesome. So, the Forest Service apparently dropped a lot of these trees, mostly pine. In fact, if you look over there, there's a lot more. Woo! That's a lot of firewood. That's several cords. That's enough for the winter, the way I'm living. I'm trying to keep that level. Safety gear on. Safety third, but is on the list. So it's like a martial art. Chopping wood is like a martial art. It's my art. This is Camp Solomon. I am Solomon, the king. Yeah. I like these gloves. I got these in Oregon. $7. So I got my 4-pound Trooper axe. Bam. I mean, I could do it with a saw, but this is the martial art of splitting wood. In the same spot, or exactly where you want to be. There's one. And sometimes you bury the hatchet, and you gotta get it out. Wham! That's very satisfying. Oops. First miss. There's a good strike. I try to split it up between left and right swings. I'm not as accurate with the left swing. That is a fantastic workout. Woo! Right now it's buried. So, whew. Let me finish this log. About 2/3 of the way through now. I've been working on it. It's just something to do. Heart rate's up. I'm probably at 160 right now. Core's activated. Triceps, biceps, all of the above. Wham, bam. Come on, yo. That's how we used to do it. I'm a lumberjack and woo. Wham. Now that's buried. Dig it out. I'd say 15 more strikes. One. Much easier when each strike is not buried. You give it enough pressure. This is why this is a martial art, because you have to pay intimate attention to what you're doing. If you swing too hard, you bury the axe. If you don't swing hard enough, nothing happens. If you miss your mark, you bounce off the log. If you hit a knot, there's no point. You're not good anymore. So I'm gonna go work on the back side of this. 1, 2, yep. See? In a very productive swing, I don't like the delay between the swing and the removal when I bury it. So here we go. 1. So you gotta come in at an angle, cut a wedge. Bam. I'll do left-handed now. There it is. Bam. See that? God bless America. That's the one. Bury the hatchet. Glasses off. Woo. That's what's up. And I would say, in those, how long? This video's been going 5 minutes, so I've been working on this tree, or this round, for less than 4. And I am winded, but happy. Oh, it's a great pump up. And, see that? Oh, wrong way. I gotta pay attention to what I'm doing. Yeah. Nice clean cut. Not clean enough to make a table out of like a saw would be, but you can see it's ponderosa pine because the blue stain is the indicator of the species ponderosa pine. Also the jigsaw puzzle bark and the pine needles and the pine cones. There's a lot of evidence that it's pine. Whew. That's actually like, you know how long it takes me to build the energy to be able to do that? So it's not just 4 minutes of labor. That was like 2.5 hours of getting my day going properly, boiling water on the fire to make a cup of coffee. Actually, I had some oatmeal this morning, which is my coffee, oatmeal, and peanut butter mix. Folgers Instant, 1 packet of Quaker maple brown sugar, and a spoonful of peanut butter. It gives you some power. Plus, I've been drinking kombucha and a little bit of sake. Seems to be the medicine that I need. But that I've been sitting here, tending the fire slowly, gathering sticks, keeping the wash basin warm, watching my friend do things to his vehicle and pack up his entire camp and take off. Strange, but you know, that's him, that's his thing. Very, very paranoid about thieves, and I've been out here since April, man, more or less. And not only am I not, like, no one's stealing from me, people are leaving me things. We tried to fix the generator this morning, or get it running, the one that was left, and it needs, I think, a new fuel line. But you know, those are about $100, brand new at Harbor Freight. A 2-stroke, 800-watt generator. It's nice to have in a pinch. I'd rather not smell it or hear it, but in a pinch, it is handy. Shaved up yesterday. I'm very clean. I've been using Dr. Bronner's lavender, you know, and a warm rag to just keep myself clean. The shirt has been laundered. It's not perfect. The cooler heads prevail. It's about 80 degrees right now. It's still summer, but oh yeah, I am getting old. Put that back on. I look like I'm in college when I have this on. Otherwise, I look like I'm about to go play bingo at the Elks Lodge. And the stew, oh man, the stew came out really good. There's another thing about camping with friends or other people that you involve other energies in your world. I worked for 2 hours last night making a curry, a stew with rice, potatoes, onion, kale, chickpea. You know, I put a lot of heart and soul into it. Chili powder, marjoram, oregano, coconut oil, olive oil. I didn't have any garlic, and I didn't have any salt, oddly, for an Italian. But I busted my ass because he promised to make dinner. He bought dinner to make spaghetti and meatballs. Oh, we're gonna have spaghetti and meatballs. I have noticed this about people that partake of a certain stimulant, that they say whatever comes to their mind, and their follow-through is horrendous. So this friend of mine, I think all night that's what he was doing. You know, just seems that nothing good comes from that drug. It's a war drug, and it'll keep you alive. It'll keep you awake. It does work, but the come down's intense, and you start doing self-defeating things. Like you come to a camp that is the camp of all camps. It's been left unmolested for months, and I'm tidying, but it's clear that I live here. There's no notice that I have to leave. Nobody's come in and complained about the fire or the things left around. I am working on it, but I think if you come through here, like I took the video yesterday, it's very obvious that I know what I'm doing. It's just a working camp. I don't have a shelter put up, and maybe if I did, it would be less conspicuous. But it just seems that I'm doing just fine. Anyway, so my friend comes out, sets up all his equipment, generator over there, siphon for the river, clotheslines for his clothes, all his water bottles and his gas can on a plywood over there. And this morning, he picked it all up. I'm like, hey, my friend, brother, you just set that up yesterday. Why are you taking it down? He's like, oh, what do you say? Rolling Stone gathers no moss. No, keep them guessing. Dude, nobody's coming here to touch your shit. And I'm staying here today. So on top of nobody coming here, I'm here. So I have to say, you're kind of pissing me off. And this is what happens when you just start little things that just, the human race isn't ready to get along. Not quite yet. We're close. We're very close. But things like that, like your mental illness, your paranoia, and you're like, that's offensive to me because you're in my camp. And I have worked very hard to make sure no one messes with anything here. And that I keep the peace and I keep it tidy and I keep it, progress going and the forest clean and no pine duff, no needles, no branches. I'm gathering. And this is the right way to do things. I will say this. When my friend refused my dinner, in my heart, I'm like, yeah, you just pissed me off. And then this morning, he won't eat. He says he's going to make some coffee. And he's doing all kinds of little tweaker shit. Spray painting shit, spray painting his truck, spray painting this, cutting lengths of aluminum out of an old chair. And he's like, I'm going to make tiki torches out of it. Sure you are, but you were going to make coffee. Right? So I heated water up like 3 different times for him for his coffee. I made my own. I had my own breakfast. I added some water and enchilada sauce to the stew, and it turned it into more of like a Mexican thing. You can get a comb. It's still very good and very hearty and very I feel very energized by it. Food is good. We like food. Just make a stew with what you have on hand, and it'll be exactly what you need. Right? Your body knows, and the universe knows, and God knows what you need before you even think about it. So don't worry about anything. Don't worry about tomorrow. Tomorrow has enough trouble of its own. I'm serious. Live now, right here. This is the only thing that exists. Eternity is here. There is no past. That's a memory. There's no future. That's a figment. All that exists is right now. Heaven and hell, life, the universe, and everything is right here. And that's what I was talking about the other night with my post about eternal recurrence. That's Nietzsche. That if you live every moment as though if that moment were to be repeated throughout eternity forever, are you cool with that? I'm cool with this. I'm cool with what I'm doing. I am at absolute peace. If I got an RPG to the head right now and just took me out, I'm ready. I'm talking to God already. So what's the difference if I talk to him in this dimension or the next? I talk to him, I listen to him, I love him, I serve him, I worship him, and I study how he behaves, how he interacts, how he teaches, how he approaches things, how he looks at things, and I apply those things. I apply them all the time. Chopping the wood, making the fire. No generators, no noise, no foreign source of fuel. It's all what you can create with your own 2 hands and your able body if you have it. Thank God I still do. At 50 years old, I sit upright. I feel great. Losing my hair. It's about time. I love it. I love that I look like the old ancient, bingo player, and I can go chop that log better than a 19-year-old. I had a friend out here, Matt, and I'll finish on this little story. I gave him the axe. I said, can you cut some firewood, man? And I watched him try to split a 6-inch round of pine. And that was about a 14-inch right there. And it was pure comedy. He's about 138 pounds, about 5'11", with a concave chest. And it wasn't going to happen. It would have taken 6 years for him to split that round. So I have found that the proper application of force solves pretty much everything. And there's no wasted motion in the kingdom. There's no wasted movement. There's no wasted money. Everything is used properly, put in its right place. Everything in its right place, as Tom York would say. Everything in its right place. In its right place. This is the right place for me. Y'all are welcome to come. If you're watching this, you made it this far, I'll give you directions. DM me. Send me a thumbs up and maybe like $10, and so I can get some sake. I'm kidding. But I will invite you. I'll tell you how to get here. I'll set you up. Bring a tent. I'll set it up for you. There's like 30 tent sites within a 100-yard radius. I want friends. I like my friend Jeff. I'm concerned about his drug use, but he's got a good heart. He's just a little weird, and refusing my dinner and packing up camp. These are odd things, but he's still welcome. He's still welcome until he does something nefarious. Just like Debbie's not welcome here because of what she did to my car. That makes you unwelcome. I'm pretty open-minded. I'm pretty accommodating and very friendly, and I am welcoming everyone here. The pine smoke. I should cut down on the smoke. It's kind of a mild afternoon, probably upper 70s, low 80s. Partly cloudy. The wind is going to come up here shortly. I'm just going to keep some coals going, enough so I can start it at dark to make my dinner. But as I make the rounds, continue working, keeping everything working, not wasting any motion, not extending myself too far. Move from the center, according to Tai Chi. The center, feel your center. Move from there, don't overreach. If you step on your tiptoes, you will fall. Fill your cup to the brim, it will spill. Keep sharpening your knife, it will dull. These are Taoist principles. And as I understand things, the Taoist principles were best exemplified through the life of Jesus Christ. By yielding to the evil, by submitting to whatever they wanted to do to him, and becoming obedient to death, even death on a cross. He now sits at the right hand of God and has the name that to every knee shall bow, every tongue confess to Jesus Christ, that Jesus Christ is Lord. And that's just the way it is. Thank God for him. I got to find my cap for that gas. Another example before I stop this video. There's some kick in that stew. Chili powder in my throat. Wow. I got a whole bit of it. It's good, but it's wow. Make your eyes water. I was gonna say, so the generator that someone left here had bad gas in it. It wouldn't run. It would start but not run. It would start on with starter fluid, but not run. So Jeff says, well, we need to empty it. And I'll give you half a tank of gas. And he was just going to dump the gas on the ground. First of all, no, not in my camp. No, you're not going to just change your oil and let it drip on the dirt. No. There's a creek right there. Secondly, when it gets wet out here and it's going to be hard to start fires, I can use that old gas that isn't good for a 2-stroke generator and start a fire with it. And don't waste it. So we found a bucket and a funnel and my gas can, and now I just got to cover the gas can. Might just put some foil and some rubber bands over it. I don't know where the thing is, but these are things that are going on. Contrast, conflict of worldviews. Being addicted to waste. Being addicted to convenience, being addicted to, I'll just get another one. A disposable society creates disposable people. I'm not disposable. You're not disposable. This is a longer video than normal. I'm going to go another 15 seconds and say, Mikey, lovely catchphrase, God bless America. from Camp Solomon. Is September 7th. Sorry, July. Back in the day. I came back here in July. September 7th, 2025. Camp Solomon. It's beautiful. Progress is being made, and it is coming together. Please come if you can. God bless America. Over and out.